Welcome to day 2 of the 30 Day to Your First or Next Online Course series, which is a 30-day long video series that walks you through the exact process that I use so that you can create your first course. And why did I come up with this idea at all? Is that because in January we talked about how you could plan for 2021, carrying on from the learnings and takeaways from 2020, which has all of us, left standstill when it came to mid and long-term planning. And then I talked about how you could go into your insights and data and find the one offer that you can refine, because that was the offer that generated the bulk of your revenue last year. And then I thought that carrying on from the learnings and the takeaways from last year, we have learned that we need to be able to build a much better management or build a business that manages time much better, more effectively than we used to do. I know that in the first phase, everybody was hopping on Zoom calls, everybody was meeting online, everybody was transitioning online, and then we started to feel overwhelmed with not knowing how to separate our work life from our private life, being confined into our own homes. And so by autumn and winter, for the second and third wave that is coming, we have all experienced how much we need to prioritize our own mental, emotional, and intellectual well-being so that we can pull through this whole pandemic, whole economic crisis, whole whatever it is that it is, right? With all the election scandals, whatever, no matter where we look, we see that anything happens in a very unusual way. And so I thought I would tell you how you could create an offer that is self-sufficient, generates revenue, delivers the promise that you promised to your ideal client, and saves you time, money, and sanity so that you can pull it forward. I am so happy that you joined, Melanie. Thank you for coming. And now that I realized Melanie has just joined, I am inviting you to say hello when you see this video and share me all your takeaways that you have for 2020 and how you have planned for 2021, because this is a crazy historic time to witness, right? And make sure that you tune in the same time, around this time, no matter where you tune in. You can be on YouTube, Facebook, later on Instagram. I am more than delighted to chat with you. My DMs are always open. And if you know anybody who could benefit from a video like this, make sure that you share the link with the person, because this is about to blow your mind how easy it is to turn your one-on-one coaching packages, even your group programs, into self-study courses, so that it delivers the same bold promise that your brand promise, that your program promise, or your coaching promise is, right? My name is Zsuzsanna. If you struggle with how to say my name, this is why I keep saying it. I have these DMs a lot, how you pronounce your name. So there you go. My name is Zsuzsanna, and I help overstretched business and mindset coaches to leverage their time and expertise by turning their one-on-one coaching packages into digital courses. And this week is all about the mindset of the successful course creator, because I also know that it sounds very overwhelming and very much daunting, I should say, to create something, a product, out of your brain and skills and expertise, right? So what does it really require from you to be able to pull through this project of yours if you decide to create a course, and why should you shift certain beliefs, and what are the main underlying limiting beliefs that you might have, will be revealed, debunked, and reframed this week, right? Yesterday, we talked about how you could stop trading time for money and what it really means for you to be the only person generating revenue, right? So we agreed on that we establish our business as a means to create our freedom, money freedom, time freedom, to be able to make our own choices. But soon enough, you realize that running this coaching business means that you are wearing tons and lots of hats. And even if you outsource or automate certain things, if you are your best employee and worst boss, then you kind of become the bottleneck, right? Because you have those many pockets of time that you can use in a day, and you have those many pockets of energy that you can put into your life, your daily life, and you have just that many pockets of emotional reserve that you can use to deliver services, to look after your family, to look after yourself. So what I really suggested you do yesterday is to try and shift this. I am only worthy of success if I am there immediately delivering my services, if I have to, chunk out my time and sell it to customers or clients in order for them to experience the transformation that they can have or they should have in case they have the problem that I solve. And building on that, yesterday I also talked about how we are conditioned to subdue our critical thinking and ourselves to authority figures. And once we become leaders, we become in our businesses, we become coaches, we become leaders, and we become this authority figure kind of person for our clients. And we have to understand that this comes with a huge responsibility on the one hand, but a huge potential that we can use to turn our skills, expertise, and experiences into a product that can be sold on repeat, on our autopilot, without us having to block out our time slots on our calendars, right? So what I believe is, so the next step on this flight of stairs that we are climbing up this week is that we have to differentiate between the worth that we attach to ourselves and the value that we provide for our clients, right? So these are two very distinct things: self-worth and the value we bring. And if you work on your self-worth, it means that you become more confident, you become more skilled and sophisticated in finding your purpose, and you're establishing your legacy, right? Because as a coach, as a certain thought leader or leader in your industry, at least for your clients, you are going to establish your position in the market, not based on your self-worth, once again, but based on the value that they perceive. So this other piece of the puzzle is the value, the way they perceive your unique combination of experiences, skill sets, and expertise, right? So the more you value yourself, the more you understand that you have infinite potential to mix and match your own skills, experiences, and expertise, and your unique personality. And the way you can package and play around with it, experiment with it, the more ways you can find to communicate that value. And that value is not tied to your self-worth, because we see less skilled, less educated people doing the same thing as you do and making much more money, because they have a solid ground. They are grounded in their own self-worth. They have done the work with themselves, on themselves, so that they understand how to communicate the value that they bring, right? And once you understand how you are perceived, and not you, but the programs, the coaching, the support, the facilitation, the transformation, the container in which you keep your expertise packaged, then you will be able to understand how your clients, students, your ideal students, dream clients perceive the value that they bring to them. But it has an inherent controversy here, because if you cannot communicate that value effectively, you cannot sell that service, right? And if your client student is not aware of the problem, or they don't value the solution, the unique solution that you offer, that you can bring in their lives, then they are not going to buy from you. And it has, again, two underlying problems fighting each other. Either you educate your audience to understand the value that they can get by engaging with your skills and expertise. That is one way to do it. Or turning your focus away from that kind of people, that group of people who struggle with the problem, but they are not aware of the problem or the solution just yet, and turn towards the people who are aware of the problem and searching for a solution, right? What does it mean? When you try to create content for social media, when you craft your visibility strategy, when you understand your messaging, your brand voice, then you have to create content for both groups of people. So if you find a problem that you can solve, it is a category of, or a group of people in which there are two subcategories present: the people who are problem aware but not solution aware at all, and people who are already problem aware but they don't know how to solve it and they are willing to learn to solve it, right? So you have to create content for both of them. And while the ones who need more education are being educated and brought up to par with the ones who are already searching for a solution, it is easier for you to, convert clients through social media content, through podcast interviews, through clubhouse room discussions, whatever you choose to spread your message, right? So once again, just a quick recap for today. You need to be able to detach yourself and your self-worth from the value that you bring as a coach into your clients' lives. And if you understand these certain dynamics that plays into the perception of the value that you bring, then you will be able to better convert clients, sign clients, and you will be able to communicate the value of the program, even if it's a self-study program, to bring to your clients' lives. For that to happen, you need to be very much grounded into your infinite potential, your self-worth, and you need to work on that, because then you can show up confidently and communicate the value that you can bring much more confidently, right? Course Launch Accelerator is my signature self-study program that comes with a bunch of bonuses where you can learn the 3 distinct phases of online course creation. And what I have just talked about is phase 2, right? When you learn to communicate the value that you bring. For that to happen, you need to have a solid self-worth, a solid understanding of your self-worth, and then you can convert those clients. If you want to learn much more deeply and more detailed about this, then I am sharing my program in the comments down below. And it means that you can check it out. And I would love for you to consider joining us so that you can build a business around your life that is very little affected by all the outside circumstances that keep us in a standstill for we don't know how long, right? Tomorrow is a no video day. So what I want you to do to prepare for Thursday and Friday videos is that you start and, jot down the value that you can bring to your clients' lives. So not your self-worth, because it's infinite. You cannot put a price tag on your self-worth, but you can put a price tag on your services, right? And unless you can communicate that value, unless you can support that price point, unless you can support the argument for your solution to be the ultimate solution for that problem, you will not be able to communicate and close the sales, right? So until Thursday, same time, same place, have a lovely rest of your day.